Good afternoon, student. Myself, Phopse S.E. from Department of Chemistry, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today, we are going to see next topic, solid state. There are three states of matter: solid, liquids, and gases. Properties of liquid and gases and also solids we are studied in 11th science. Then first is some important properties of solids. Solids are having definite shape and volume. Smallest constituent particle of solid are atoms, ions or molecules. Solid state of matter is characterized by strong interparticle force of attraction. Then there are two main types of solid. First is crystalline solid and second is amorphous solid. Then we will see one by one. First is crystalline solid. There are some characteristic properties of crystalline solid. First is, in crystalline solid, constituent particles are perfectly ordered arrangement. For example, in crystalline solid, constituent particles may be atoms or ions or molecules. These constituent particles are perfectly arranged. Like this, in all crystalline solid, atoms, ions or molecules are perfectly ordered. Second characteristic of crystalline solids having sharp melting point. Crystalline solids except substances whose having cubic structure are anisotropic. Then question arises, what is meant by anisotropy? Anisotropy: crystalline solids except those crystalline solid having cubic structure are anisotropic. What is meant by anisotropy, or what is the phenomenon of anisotropy? Properties like refractive index, thermal conductivity or electrical conductivity, these properties are different in magnitude when measured in different direction. That phenomenon is called as anisotropy. Therefore, crystalline solids, most of the crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature except those crystalline solid having cubic structure. Then there are some examples of crystalline solid: ice, sodium chloride, metals such as sodium, potassium, gold, silver, cobalt, then copper and etc. And materials such as diamond, graphite and ceramics are also examples of crystalline solid. Then second type of solid is amorphous solid. Amorphous solid having exactly opposite properties to that of crystalline solid. Obviously, in amorphous solid, constituent particles are randomly arranged. Unlike crystalline solid, in crystalline solids, atoms, ions or molecules are in perfectly ordered arrangement. But in amorphous solid, first main characteristic property of amorphous solid is amorphous solid. In amorphous solid, constituent particles are randomly arranged. Second characteristic property of amorphous solid does not have sharp melting point and boiling point. Third characteristic property of amorphous solid are isotropic. Amorphous solid are isotropic. Then what is meant by isotropic? We know that anisotropy. What is meant by anisotropy? Properties such as refractive index, thermal and electrical conductivity are different in magnitude when measured in different direction. That is called as anisotropy. But in case of amorphous solids are isotropic. Isotropic means properties such as refractive index, thermal and electrical conductivity is same in all direction. That is, it is magnitude of this property independent on direction of measurement. That is called as isotropic in nature. Then next point is examples of amorphous solid are glass. Glass is a pseudo solid, or it is also called as supercooled liquid. It is example of amorphous solid. Plastic is also pseudo solid, amorphous solid. Then rubber, tar are the examples of amorphous solid. Then next point is, these are the some difference between crystalline solid and amorphous solid. Next point is isomorphism. Third point, isomorphism. Isomorphism. Iso means same. Two or more substances having same crystal structure are called as isomorphous, and phenomenon is called as isomorphism. Two or more substances having same crystal structure. Two or more substances having same crystal structure two or more substances having same crystal structure are called as isomorphous, and phenomenon is called as isomorphism. In these substances, atomic ratio or chemical composition, it has same atomic ratio. Important property of isomorphism is chemical composition of isomorphous substances having same atomic ratio. For example, in case of first example of isomorphism, sodium fluoride and magnesium oxide. These two compounds are isomorphous in nature. What is isomorphism? In chemical composition, atomic ratio is same. In this case, sodium fluoride and magnesium oxide, atomic ratio. In first case, number of sodium atom is 1, number of fluorine atom is also 1. This atomic ratio is 1:1. Similarly, in magnesium oxide, magnesium atom is 1 and oxygen is also 1. In these two compound, atomic ratio is same, that is 1:1. Therefore, this pair is called as isomorphous. Second example of isomorphous, sodium nitrate and calcium carbonate. Second example, sodium nitrate and calcium carbonate. These two chemical compounds are also isomorphous in nature because they having same atomic ratio. In case of sodium nitrate, number of sodium atom 1, number of nitrogen 1, number of oxygen 3. Therefore, atomic ratio is 1:1:3. And in case of calcium carbonate, number of calcium 1, number of carbon 1, and number of oxygen 3, 1:1:3. Therefore, these two compounds having similar atomic ratio, therefore these two pairs are called as isomorphous in nature. Then next property is polymorphism. Next is polymorphism. Polymorphism. Poly means many. Poly means many. Single substance exists in two or more form. Single substance exists in two or more form are called as polymorphous, and phenomenon is called as polymorphism. For example, calcite and aragonite. Example, calcite and aragonite are two forms of calcium carbonate. Are two forms of calcium carbonate. Therefore, calcium carbonate is polymorphous in nature. What is meant by polymorphism? Single substance exists in two or more forms in nature, that is called as polymorphous, and phenomenon is called as polymorphism. For example, calcium carbonate exists in two forms. One is calcite and second is aragonite are the two forms of calcium carbonate. Then alpha quartz and beta quartz. Alpha quartz and beta quartz are two forms of silica. Are two forms of silica. Therefore, silica shows polymorphism. There are two forms of silica. Similarly, polymorphism occurring in element. This is polymorphism occurring in compound, but polymorphism occurring in element called as allotropes, and phenomenon is called as allotropy. For example, element carbon it is element, and calcium carbonate and silica are the compound. Therefore, when compound exists in two or more form, that phenomenon is called as polymorphism. But polymorphism in element, for example, polymorphism in element carbon exists in, we know that in 11th science also, carbon exists in three forms: diamond, graphite and fullerene. Diamond, graphite and fullerene are different forms of carbon, but it is not called as polymorphism. It is called as allotropes of carbon, because polymorphism in element called as allotropy. Then next point, classification of, in this topic we are only concerned with crystalline solid. The next point is classification of crystalline solid. Classification of crystalline solids. crystalline solids are classified into 4 types. These 4 types are: first is ionic solid, second is covalent network solid, covalent network solid, third one is metallic solid, and fourth type is molecular solid. These are the 4 types of crystalline solid. Then we will discuss one by one. First is ionic solid. There are some characteristic properties of ionic solid. First one is an important property of ionic solid: constituent particles of ionic solid are charged ions, that means cations or anions. In ionic solid, ions are present. Therefore, first important property of ionic solid is constituent particle of ionic solid is charged ions. Constituent particle is charged ion. Charged ion means cation or anion. Second property: constituent particle in ionic solid are held together by strong interparticle force of attraction. Third, these are ionic solid are hard and brittle. Fourth property: ionic solid having higher melting point. Fourth one is ionic solids are, these are the non-conductors of heat and electricity in solid state, but when ionic solids are dissolved in water, they are good conductors of heat and electricity, because when ionic solids are dissolved in water, they dissociated into ions. For example, we consider here example ionic solid. Best example of ionic solid is NaCl. In NaCl, bond between sodium and chloride is ionic bond, therefore it is ionic solid. Constituent particle of this ionic solid is ion. When NaCl in solid state, NaCl in solid state does not conduct heat and electricity, but when NaCl is dissolved in water, it dissociated into Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Due to this, cation and anion formed by dissociation of NaCl, therefore NaCl, that is ionic solid, which is good conductor of heat and electricity when dissolved in water. This is the main properties of ionic solid. Examples of ionic solid: NaCl, potassium sulfate, KCl, calcium fluoride. Examples of ionic solid: NaCl, KCl, sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, calcium fluoride are the examples of ionic solid. I can again repeat: characteristic property of ionic solid. In ionic solid, constituent particle of ionic solid is charged ion. First property, that is cation and anion. Second property of ionic solid: in ionic solid, constituent particles are held together by strong interparticle force of attraction. Third one is ionic solids having higher melting point. Ionic solids are hard and brittle. And fourth important property of ionic solid is ionic solids are non-conductors of heat and electricity in solid state, but when they are dissolved in water, they are good conductors of heat and electricity, because ionic solid when dissolved in water, they forms ions, that is cations and anions, and due to formation of cations and anions, these ionic solids are good conductors of heat and electricity in presence of water. This is all about ionic solid. Then second is covalent network solid. Second is covalent network solid. Name of this solid, it indicates that it consists of covalent bond. Therefore, constituent particle in covalent network solid are atoms. This is main characteristic property of covalent network solid. Constituent particle in covalent network solid is atom. Constituent particle is atom, and that constituent particles are, that is atoms. In case of covalent network solid, atoms are linked together by continuous covalent bond to form rigid three-dimensional network solid. Therefore, covalent network solid, due to rigid three-dimensional structure, they are hard. Therefore, covalent network solid having higher melting point and boiling point. But in covalent network solid, electrons are localized in covalent bond. In case of covalent network solid, electrons are localized, does not delocalize. Electrons are not mobile, that is, electrons are localized in covalent bonds. Hence, covalent network solids are bad conductors or poor conductors of heat and electricity. Examples of covalent network solids are diamond, quartz. Example, diamond, quartz. Then boron nitride, and carborundum. These are the some examples of covalent network solid. Diamond is also having rigid three-dimensional network. Quartz, boron nitride is also having rigid three-dimensional network structure, and carborundum is also type of covalent network solid. Then third one is metallic solid. Metallic solid. These are the crystalline solid formed by atoms of some metallic element. For example, metallic solid, iron, copper, gold, silver, sodium, potassium are some metals. Therefore, metallic solid are formed by atoms of some metallic elements. Therefore, constituent particles are held together by metallic bond. Main property of metallic solid. Constituent particle in metallic solid are held together by metallic bond. Metallic bond. Held together by metallic bond. Then in solid metal or in case of metallic solids, electrons are delocalized. In case of metallic solid, valence electron of metallic solid. For example, in case of iron, atomic number 26 and valence electronic configuration of iron is 4s2 3d6. 4s2 3d6. These are the valence electron of this iron. Valence electron means electrons present in outermost shell, and due to this valence electron, these valence electron are delocalized over metallic solid, leaving behind electrons to form charged metallic cation. And due to this electron which is delocalized over metallic solid, therefore metallic solids are good conductors of heat and electricity. Second property, metallic solids are malleable and ductile. What is meant by malleable? Malleable means they can hammered into thin sheet. And what is meant by ductile? They can be drawn into thin wires. These are the properties of metallic solid. Ionic solid, then comparison between these three types. In ionic solids are non-conductors of heat and electricity in solid state. But when ionic solid is dissolved in water, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Covalent network solids are poor conductor of heat and electricity because in covalent network solid, electrons are localized. Electrons are localized in covalent bond. Therefore, covalent network solid are poor conductors of heat and electricity. And in case of metallic solid, due to valence electron which are delocalized over metallic solid, therefore metallic solids are good conductors of heat and electricity. Then metallic solids are malleable and ductile. What is meant by malleable? They can be hammered into thin sheet, and they can be drawn into thin wires. Examples of metallic solid, there are many examples of metallic solids: sodium, potassium, calcium, iron, gold, silver. These are the some examples of metallic solid. Then molecular solid, fourth is molecular solid. We will discuss in next lecture molecular solid.